We're all like a coin that has two sides, right? There is one side that is light and there is another that is dark. It's just that when we are happy, we talk about the light side. But when we are suffering, no one wants to talk about the other side. We just want to focus on the bright side of life. However, life is not always so easy and simple. And in fact, it is full of pain and suffering too. You can ask anyone who is currently going through hard times. Well, today we're going to talk about the darker side of life, where even if you try to run away from it, you will have to face it sooner or later. That is your pain. Yes, your pain. Some may feel it's okay to suffer in silence, but honestly, this is wrong because you'll only end up hurting yourself more. When you don't embrace your journey, you avoid dealing with your pain, which makes things worse. And that is what happens when you suffer in silence. You're avoiding your pain instead of embracing your journey. You're just waiting for everything to go back to normal. But guess what? It never does. If you don't fix the problem, it will only get worse with time. Because life never ceases to amaze us. And when you least expect it, it throws something else at you. And then you're like, oh my God, why is everything happening to me? Look, I'm not saying this to scare you, but this is the reality of life. Pain and suffering are part of it. And when you fail to accept it, you end up making things difficult for yourself. So be smart and embrace your journey. Accept your pain and heal yourself. There's a beautiful story that I would like to share with you. Once upon a time, there was a young man who was very much upset with his life. He thought his life was pathetic and cursed his fate. One day he met a wise old man and told him everything. After listening to him, the wise man said, I have a beautiful island where you can come and live. It is an amazing place full of joy and happiness. No one has ever left the island after visiting it. The young man was amazed and asked, how is that possible? The old man replied, on that island, there's a small cottage where you can live. And whenever you feel sad, you can go there and stay for as long as you want. In fact, you can stay there forever if you don't want to come back. The young man couldn't believe his ears and asked, what's the catch? Is there anything I should know? The old man smiled and said, yes, there is one thing you should know. In that cottage, there is a big hole in the wall. You have to keep that hole patched up with stones. And if you let the wind blow through the hole, you will start crying. And the longer you stay there, the more you will cry. But if you don't do anything and let the wind blow through the cracks, you won't cry. The young man thought for a moment and then agreed. He was taken to the island and shown the cottage. Everything was perfect until he went inside and saw the big hole in the wall. He patched up the hole and stayed in the cottage for a few days, but soon he started crying. He tried to make himself feel better, but it didn't work. So he decided to leave the island. On his way out, he met the wise old man and told him everything. The wise man just nodded his head and said, you did not embrace your journey. You avoided your pain. That's why you are not able to move forward in life. Don't be afraid of your pain. Accept it and embrace your journey. Let us take a moment to think about our lives. Are we also trying to patch up the cracks in our walls and avoid our pain? Or are we embracing our journey and accepting our pain? The truth is that we are all doing the same. However, some of us are good at hiding it while others are not. Those who hide their pain successfully seem happy on the outside, but on the inside they are crying. They are embracing the wound and avoiding their pain. As a result, they end up making their problems worse. Why does this happen? Because pain is a part of life. It is something we all have to go through. It doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor, young or old, happy or sad. Pain is a part of the human experience. And when you try to avoid it, you only make things worse. Instead, you need to embrace your pain and accept it as a part of your journey. Look, I'm not telling you to keep on suffering. I'm telling you to embrace your journey and accept your pain. When you do this, you will realize that the pain is not as bad as you think it is. In fact, it can be a blessing in disguise. How is that possible? Because when you are in pain, you learn to appreciate the good things in life more. You learn to be grateful for what you have. You learn to love yourself and others more. You learn to forgive and forget. You learn to live in the present moment. All these are the qualities that make life worth living. So don't try to avoid your pain. Embrace your journey. Now, let's move on to the second point, the power of self-renewal. Imagine you are on a long and tiring journey. You have been walking for a long time and you are exhausted. You need to rest. So you find a quiet and comfortable place to sit down and close your eyes. As you do this, you feel a sense of calm and peace wash over you. You take a deep breath and relax your body and mind. Just as you are about to drift off to sleep, you hear a loud noise. You open your eyes and look around to see what made the noise. You don't see anything or anyone. You close your eyes again and try to relax, but the noise was so loud that it woke you up. You get up and start walking again. After a while, you find another quiet and comfortable place to sit down. You close your eyes and relax your body and mind. As you are about to drift off to sleep, you hear another loud noise. You open your eyes and look around, but you don't see anything or anyone. You get up again and start walking. This happens again and again. Every time you try to relax and sleep, you are woken up by a loud noise. You are tired and frustrated now. You don't know what to do. What is it that keeps interrupting your rest? The answer is simple. It is your mind. Your mind is the source of all the noise. It is the cause of your suffering. When you try to relax and let go, your mind starts to chatter. It starts to think about all the problems and worries that you have. It starts to bring up all the negative thoughts and emotions that you have been suppressing. This is what causes your suffering. This is what keeps you from finding peace, but there is a solution to this problem. The solution is self-renewal. When you practice self-renewal, you are able to calm your mind. You are able to let go of your problems and worries. You are able to release all the negative thoughts and emotions that have been holding you back. Self-renewal is the key to inner peace and happiness. It is the key to a life free from suffering. So how can you practice self-renewal? There are many ways to do this, but the most important thing is to disconnect from the world around you. When you disconnect from the world, you are able to focus on yourself. You are able to tune out all the noise and distractions and turn inward. When you do this, you are able to connect with your true self. You are able to access the peace and happiness that is within you. Think about it. In today's world, we are constantly connected to the world around us. We are bombarded with information and distractions from all sides. It can be overwhelming at times. That is why it is important to take some time for ourselves. It is important to disconnect from the world around us and reconnect with ourselves. When you do this, you are able to find peace and happiness within yourself. You are able to live a life that is true to who you are. Self-renewal is not selfish. It is necessary. We all need time to ourselves in order to recharge and renew our minds, body, and souls. When we take the time to do this, we are able to come back to the world around us refreshed and ready to face whatever challenges may come our way. So, my friends, the next time you feel tired and weary, I want you to remember the story of the man who kept getting interrupted while he was trying to rest. I want you to remember that your mind is the source of all the noise, and that the only way to stop the noise is to practice self-renewal. I want you to take some time for yourself away from the noise and distractions of the world around you. Go somewhere quiet and peaceful where you can relax and let go. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Let your body and mind relax and renew themselves. Do this for a few minutes every day, and you will see how much it will improve your mental health and overall well being. You will be amazed at the difference it makes in your life. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.